Hey, how you going? It's Hark the Umpire here, coming at you with a special pre-episode info blurb just for your own personal listening purposes. In this episode of The Critical Hole, the gang picks up off of having just faced death incarnate in the form of two adult Tarrasques. Narrowly escaping defeat, Grellin and Gert fled into a nearby canyon with lava pools present around them. Chased into the chasm by the Tarrasques in their last moments, they found the critical hole, and inside was a large, magnificent crystal, towering over them and piercing the ground and ceiling. Just as they were appreciating its glory, the walls and rocks around them collapsed in what appeared to be a massive earthquake. Afterwards, the entire party awoke in a different place, being ejected from crudely assembled pods that were seemingly housing them prior to these moments. I also wanted to thank everyone who is watching this series along with us. Your viewing support is appreciated, and we are excited to continue these adventures with you all. One last small note, we did have some technical difficulties with our recording equipment here, and Aqua's cameras froze for the entire session. Thank you, and enjoy. And after that, everybody died. Just kidding. Okay. So yeah, capital G carved onto the crystal. To answer the question once more.
My God.
And the last thing Grellin remember is the cave you were in. Essentially, the crystal started humming, and everything just collapsed around you. And you weren't sure if it was. Yeah, you're not sure what caused it exactly. If you think about it.
And we're in?
You're in. You guys are in.
Okay.
Where's all my stuff?
Yeah.
You guys are butt naked.
Inventory check. We're all naked.
Stop looking at my little cobalt penis.
I'm going to point at the cobalt penis and laugh.
I was hoping you isn't dead? Wait, I'm not dead.
Proteus isn't dead. I'm not dead, but boy, do I feel exhausted and kind of uneasy about everything.
Damn it, Proteus isn't dead.
I watched him get swallowed whole by a fucking dinosaur. What?
Yeah, you didn't goddamn do a thing about it.
You were trying to train. You were trying to train a literal dinosaur. We weren't gonna help with that.
No, I was trying to distract it with the baboon ass, and I'm realizing I don't have it anymore. Where's my baboon ass?
What are we?
Where's my clothes?
Why are we alive?
It has to be something to do with these tubes. Can I inspect the tubes that we were?
Didn't we come out of the tubes?
We flew out of them, right?
You're aware of that, yeah.
Okay, it must be some
Can
sort
we
of
go back in?
some sort of
If you wanna
internet.
try and climb back in, you can.
I don't want to.
Decky,
I don't think we should try to
Blue pill
walk in.
confirmed.
Yeah, I think maybe we should just investigate to see what the hell this is. That way we know.
I think Shodia should climb
happening.
back in.
You can if you want. The hinge is opened. There's like a hinged.
Jodius, that could really help with the investigation.
Let me swing that open and look inside.
Yeah, you open it and you're hit with this really foul stench, like sticky, old farty syrup.
Chodius must
like
have.
Grellin.
That must be Chodius's.
Chodius must have been in this one.
Can I do an investigation check to see if Chodius also smells like that?
Absolutely. Please roll for investigation. How do you sniff Chodius?
Deeply.
Oh my god. Indeed. You take a deep whiff. And he does in fact smell of the same substance. So do you, so does Raximus, and so does Gert. So does this room.
Have you guys seen The Matrix by any chance?
PU, we stink.
Can I crawl on top of my thing?
Yeah, there.
crawl
So
up
what
here.
you're looking at essentially is, and it's not that big, but it is big enough that you can lay down in and probably squeeze another smaller person in there with you. If you
No,
want
I'm not
to.
crawling in the tube. I'm crawling on top of this
No,
thing.
just
to get on
describing
top.
to give you a sense of
okay.
scale. And those two, they look like they're made from stone, but when you get closer and you touch them, they're cold like metal. And you wrap your fingers on it, and you sort of get like a hollow stone sensation And that purple thing
Mhm.
there is a little dome that goes inwards to this stone square. And inside is this swirling purple, looks like fire. And then at one point it looks like water. And then at one point it looks like it's not moving. And then at one point it looks like it's pulling itself apart, reattaching itself.
Since
And
I'm
you
since I'm a magic guy, can I do an Arcana to kind of see if I know what this little device is?
yes, you
Okay,
can. What would you be focusing your
I'm
arcana,
focusing
your
on
journal?
trying to figure out how this tube system or what this tube system does because we smell like it, so obviously we know we were in there for some time or whatever.
A system of tubes.
I want to know why these tubes sent us or sent our brains or whatever to the alternate place. Or is it a travel? Or is it a time? Or is it a matrix?
Go ahead and make an
situation?
arcana check for me.
Okay.
Pretty good. You walk up to the
Mhm.
pod as Chodius and Gert are sort of arguing, and Chodius starts to climb on top of it. You notice that there are these crystals lodged into the base of where these pods seem to dip down into the stonework.
Mhm.
As you focus your magic on this part, because you know gems have,
Mhm.
can have arcane properties. You get the sense that there are lingering effects of different spells that were stored in these crystals that have now been expelled.
Mm. Okay, so I look at the group and I say, it's the gems. They have some sort of spell in them, and they did some weird stuff to us.
Wow,
Maybe
no
they're
shit, Sherlock.
experimenting on us.
Wow.
Oh my god, those glowing magic gems did
Yes,
something?
exactly, Gert.
I'll
Exactly.
tell you one thing. I hate magic.
Are you gonna start
Uh,
beating the shit out of the gems?
You get the sense that one of the gems contained the true polymorph spell. As you focus for an extra second, that's the last little blip of magic you get, is you get a taste of that spell
I
specifically.
tell the group, I get a sense that one of these gems has some sort of true polymorph spell in it.
Huh. Interesting. God was just saying that.
Yes, exactly.
I just heard God say that to us. Crazy.
What about this big one? What are we gonna do with this?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna climb up on this pipe and
Yeah, you
start
do.
touching and
Let's
feeling.
investigate this
That's
big
fine.
one.
This giant crystal looks very similar to the crystal that Gert and Grellin saw.
I see someone trying to escape and the
he
game
slides
paused.
away.
I'm gonna go look for a shower.
Chodius, you climb on top of the little thing there, and you see this. It goes as like a sphere, like I said. So it wraps around itself. There are these different pipings that have been seemingly built into the crystal itself. None of them have any gems embedded in them like the ones around your pods do, but there are several of them, and they are not transparent, so you can't see through them. But as you look into the crystal, you do get a sort of a visual that is similar to what you saw when you climbed on the rock. It's like a pulse. It almost like it has a throbbing beat to it. But it changes from, it looks like maybe electricity zapping through a cloud, and then it looks like water falling down, and then it's like a lava lamp effect going back up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then it's just clouds of smoke with lightning again, and it sort of goes back and forth between these stages.
Me
Mesmerizing.
being a mountain dwarf, I'm very familiar with stones.
Mm,
And stones are very hard like crystals.
yes.
So I want to do an investigation check on this crystal
Hmm.
with my stoneworking knowledge.
You do have stoneworking knowledge because the dwarves have very long histories in stonework.
And
You
there's
are no
often
different.
crystals around stone.
Absolutely. In fact, on Hitrae, the planet you all come from, a lot of the crystals that were available to the ready public came to fruition from the explorations that the dwarves did in the deep mountains.
Yes. So can I roll something for this?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
You are the world's worst dwarf.
4. Wow. You know what? Doesn't look like any stone I've ever seen.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
I'm gonna let's get out of this room.
Guys,
Wait
I
a
think there's a
second.
shower over
Oh,
here.
wait a second. What is this? It's a statue, some kind of being, a humanoid.
Just looks like a big statue, really tall. It looks like it's like 30 feet in taller than you are, and around it is some rubble.
Is it
Well,
a
it looks like
what kind of what kind of statue?
It's stone.
What
It's
is
a carving. Sorry, it's a carving. It's a carving made out of stone. Stone
Oh.
carving of a
Oh.
person wearing armor.
And then I
Been
think
here
I'm gonna investigate it with my stone cunning.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do I get advantage?
On this, you do. It's the same stone as the ground.
I would know this
whoever
stone
made-
anywhere.
Whoever made this chamber used the same material to carve the statue, parts of the stairs that the pods themselves are built on, the columns in the center, the big orb in the center. Actually, everything in this chamber but the pods, the crystal, the network of pipes, and the boxes near each pod are all of the same stone. They seem to have come from a different source almost.
Hmm.
So this chamber was here, and it seems like someone fitted it with all this extra stuff.
Hmm.
Uh,
Looks
noticing
like the same stone
yeah,
as
noticing
everything
stonework,
else.
you do see across the way that there is a sort of collapsed portion of the stone
Oh.
across the chamber, where a pod on the other side would have been.
Oh, I'm going over here. I'm gonna investigate this stone.
Go ahead with advantage. It is of the same stone, and it has collapsed. But you do recognize that this collapse did not happen naturally. It was not a natural earthquake that caused it to collapse.
Something happened here, and it was unnatural.
Mm-hmm. Precisely. That's all you get with that that investigation, unfortunately.
I think there's some showers over here.
Yeah, I really hate the stench. Let's look for some Wait. Did we check the pillars? Yeah, we did last time.
No, you
Anyways.
didn't. You guys didn't do anything last time.
Oh, well then let's check these
Wait,
pillars real quick. One last
Can
time.
I go back to this
Yeah,
crystal
you guys could.
at the top
absolutely.
and see if the G's are on it? Or did we just...
They are.
They are on it. Okay, never mind.
They are. You walk back up and you observe it. There is one in front of you. You see one G right there. It's carved the same way. The difference between this crystal and the last one you noticed is that this one is a different color. Same swirling going on inside.
Mhm.
Same sort of thrumming like beat going on as with each sort of pulsing change as well.
We're in the G spot.
I believe that this is owned by my friend Gertrude. He likes to write G on things.
I think these stairs are made out of stone.
Investigation check on the stairs to make sure they're stone.
Are you going to investigate the stairs?
Yeah, I want to do
How
a
many
quick.
steps
I want
are
to.
they?
I remember
What's everyone
something
looking
in my
at on the stairs?
brain. Remember some sort of Halloween thing where someone licked the floor, and I want to do the same thing as him and investigate the floor by licking it. What happens?
You somehow manage to lick a piece of glass, gets stuck and embedded into your tongue, and you sort of stick your tongue out. You're like, why did I stick my tongue on a stupid glass? And a drop of blood pools on your tongue.
And you take
And
one
drops.
damage.
No, you don't take any damage. But the drop of blood falls from your tongue and touches the stone floor. And you all watch this happen in slow motion as the blood pools and then one droplet and then lands on the stone.
Why'd you do that?
I wouldn't
Braxmas?
suggest licking the floor, guys. I'm just gonna listen to what Gert says. Let's find some showers.
And the room
I'm gonna
starts to
go look for a
vibrate
shower.
intensely. And you guys all
Look
turn
what you've
around
done,
and look.
Raximus.
The crystal is vibrating uncontrollably. It's almost shaking off the pipes that are encased around it Before you can react, lightning shoots out from the crystal. 4 beams specifically, all aimed directly at the 4 of you. Everyone make dexterity saving throws for me.
I have that one ability about dodging things.
Yeah, what ability is it?
I'm looking.
Oh my god.
Danger sense. When you dodge away from danger, dexterity. Yeah, the advantage on dexterity saving throws.
You have that?
Yes, danger
Wow.
sense.
Danger
Wow.
sense. You do have
I
danger
guess-
sense.
I guess you take your advantage on.
Oh
that
wait, you have
saving
advantage on
throw.
dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. To gain, you can't be blind, deaf, or
Lightning?
invisible. You aren't.
You
Oh,
can see
sorry.
it.
All of you actually have disadvantage on this roll.
So
So
he
roll
has
again.
regular then,
Everyone
right?
roll again normally, and we'll take the lower one of your rolls. So you have normal roll. You cancels out for you, Chodius.
Okay, where do I do?
Everyone
a
just do it.
saving-
Everyone do a
dexterity?
normal
Okay.
roll again, and
Yeah,
I'll take the lowest one. Yeah.
mine's 6. Yeah, the lower one.
Mm-hmm.
Chodius, you don't have to. It's your first one.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah, he's good. And then I need Grellin to re-roll.
Reroll.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
such
Just
a
do
good
a
roll.
normal
though.
I know.
dexterity.
I'm
It's
sorry.
disadvantage,
I was
though.
Ability
with
check.
disadvantage. Dexterity saving throw. Disadvantage. Normal roll.
Oh.
Well, I mean, do a normal roll. Sorry. Dexterity saving throw. Normal roll.
That's what I did.
Do it
I
again.
know you're gonna do another
Okay.
one.
Yeah, but
Wow.
even better.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
wow.
I'll take that.
It's funny. That's interesting. Okay. So this beam of lightning shoots out from the crystal, and as it does, cracks appear along its surface, almost like it cracked, and then this light sort of shot out from it. It connects with all of you, including you, Grellin. And when it hits you, it doesn't explode or blast or burn. Instead, it sticks. It turns from lightning into a column of hard stone, and you're stuck as it starts to grab on your chest. The pressure gets more intense as you feel your skin break as this force is pushing into your flesh. You feel as it punches holes around your left nipple, 6 of them. With each one, you feel its pressure grow more and more until the last 6th one pushes and it shatters.
My nipple. That was my favorite nipple.
Favorite one out of 2.
The crystal rod that was attached to a moment ago shatters and into a dust and turns to a cloud that drifts and gets sparser and sparser until it evaporates. If you look quickly, you see the cracks on the crystal healing over until they are not even visible anymore. The vibrating in the room slows down and returns to a stillness that you were there before. And you all now have a mark on your left bicep. 6 holes essentially pierced into your flesh. And one of them is filled with that same sort of stone material. It's sort of like left a little bit inside you.
Oh. I'm gonna.
On our left bicep or our left side of the chest?
Chest. What did I? Sorry, left side of your chest. It's not the biceps. Like right where your left nipple is.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like
My
one
left
of them goes
pec,
through
yes.
the pec. Thanks.
Mm.
I've got some very large pecs.
Yes. So it's right above your heart, essentially.
Mm.
I noticed that and compliment
Yeah.
him on how big his pecs are.
Mm-hmm.
But then I say something like, "Is this a tattoo, or is this a tracking device?"
I never thought of that. Let's cut it out.
We're naked with no tools. Let's cut it out.
What are you gonna do? Rip it off?
We got some rocks. So let me investigate
Raximus.
this more. What's the details of how it looks?
Okay, so imagine your nipple. You got the nipple. Around it, but not centered on the nipple, like the nipple's off to the left side, are 6 holes in your chest. Look like a belly button. The way it kind of on the outside isn't really, it's sort of like squishes into itself, and you can kind of stick a finger in there and it hurts.
Oh,
And you keep pushing deeper and deeper until you're not sure how far it goes. You pull it out.
So each hole is a
so
belly button.
It's a
Each
belly.
hole
so we
is
have
open
belly
except for the one hole that has been filled with a sort of a dark purplish material. Like it's like a
Raximus,
gray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
why don't you take that long trunk of yours and suck this purple shit out of my chest? Just like the venom in the prologue.
I'll pass on sucking your chest. I know you have some sort of fixation over elephants sucking your
Plus
chest.
one RP.
Come on,
dude.
just suck it. Suck it out.
Didn't you make him do it in the prologue? Make him do it again.
Yeah.
They rolled for it. Yeah. Actually, he definitely said he wanted to. I'm pretty sure.
Raximus.
fun.
Great, now I gotta wash this off too. I need. Where are the showers?
Where
Let
are
me
those
leave.
showers?
Let me leave this fucking room.
That's fine. You guys can leave if you want. If you want to leave.
I'm out.
I'm gonna predict that we have to, for some reason, get 6 gems before we.
This room's
can move
fucking me
on.
up. I'm out of this room.
Do I
I'm
have
going
an
to look for a
infinity
shower.
So-
gauntlet in my nipple?
Exactly.
You guys walk up the stairs, and there's a really long stairwell in front of you that goes straight up. So it looks like what it's the stone under your feet right
Mhm.
now with the stairs behind you. They lead up quite far. As far as your vision takes, at the end of it, there is this little tiny opening, like a little archway opening. Like a
I'm
doorway.
going
That's it.
to say I think I remember something about giant stairways that go up, and I'm gonna turn around, like face back towards the room that we just left, jump up in the air, and then try to put my butt down on the ground. Do
Okay.
a be it backwards long jump up the
You-
stairs.
Up you run down the stairs
Nice.
and you're trying to jump up the stairs.
Yes, I'm trying to. I'm
Or you
trying
leave.
It's
to.
called a BLJ. That's not.
Yeah.
Make it performance check, I guess.
All right. My performance is real high. I know the.
Great. It's gonna be a real nice show then.
What? Oh, there we go. How's that will look?
Yeah. You get it done, but didn't look too good. Looks like
Oh.
maybe you could use some practice.
And nothing else happened.
No.
You didn't go
I
flying up
sadly-
the stairs at a really
Yeah.
fast pace.
No.
Okay.
Looking really sad, I just sort of get up, defeated, and just sort of walk up slowly with everyone else.
Sorry.
I know you did
You just have
that
to-
for
they're
my
just-
enjoyment and maybe like 3 other people watching this, but that was very good, Kings. Thank you.
Yeah, no shortcuts like that, unfortunately.
Okay,
But
so
as
we-
you guys
We walk up the stairs. Is that all we're doing?
you guys are all walking up the stairs, and as you
Oh,
do, the
cool,
air
cool.
around you.
I
air around you
attempt a
becomes-
BLJ. No, I'm kidding.
You can attempt a BLJ too.
No, that's fine.
All right. I have a spiel. As you walk up the stairs, the air around you becomes more stuffy and stale than it was before. Smells musty, like Grandpa's closet at peak mothball season, and you're standing right in front of the source of everything. And no matter which way you turn your nose, doesn't really quite remove the smell because the smell is all around you. And as you walk up these cold stone stairs, you realize how cold you are being naked, but the air is not warm. It's not freezing, not enough to hurt yet, you think. But as the feet slap against the stone stairs, you get this weird sense of isolation and sadness. And as you ascend, the light around you becomes ever so much more illuminated than it was before. Not to the point where you would say things are bright, but your vision adjusts a little bit more. And you are stunned by a sight you have never seen before. A sight you never thought you could see before. Yet it feels familiar. You are in space. That much is obvious right away. Stars surround in every direction that isn't the ground itself. Floating clouds of mysterious essence, entangling lights dancing in the distance. But all that is secondary to the incredible sight in front of you. I'm going to open up 2 maps right now. Oh my god. All right. So as you walk up the stairs, in front of you is a bridge that extends onward, but this display is all around you. You can choose to look left or to look right. And give me 1 second before I get
What do you mean
both
by
of them
look?
up.
What do you mean choose to look left or right? We don't get like
You can
we can't
ultimately look
both?
at both. Oh, you can, but you'll
Oh,
have to choose
okay.
which one you look at first.
Oh. I
Um,
for some reason, after being attached to Gert's head, have now blind trust in Gert's choices in the matter. So I'm gonna tell the group that I trust Gert to make the decision.
all right, you should be able to see both of them.
I see two different options. Yes.
Yes, and you should
Do
be
we
able to
all
choose.
have to look? Do we all have to look at the same place, or
Not necessarily.
so we can just click whichever one we personally feel?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they'll both work. I don't. I might. It might be a limitation of the program. I have to activate one or the other. But
Thinking.
Chodius is the first one to step out. Is the map there for you?
Yes. Oh.
Thinking.
Oh.
I choose. Something deep in my mind is telling me to choose left. Oh my god, did everybody choose left?
I also
I
went
always
left
choose
because
left.
I chose right. No, I already chose left. I can't go back on this.
Wow.
So when you say looking,
uh,
are we walking through like a little
So
doorway?
you just walked up and through an archway of what is seemingly this deep pit or cavern or crypt that you've walked out of that has been encased in this mountain that's attached to this bridge that is seemingly suspended in space. You look to the left. I guess it's sort of flopped here. I might have got my left and right. But you look over the bridge to one side, and in front of you, suspended on this giant chunk of earth, is this cluttering of buildings, these smashed together, old-looking buildings with the shaped domes representing the sort of architecture.
In Orlando.
Yeah, it's sort of like a desert architecture. People in the desert that would build with what materials were around them usually ended up looking like this. Much was made out of stone because it was the only resource really available. What stands out is the large stone wizard's tower that has a small light protruding from the windows in the center of the mound. From here, you look over the bridge and this bridge, and in the distance is another bridge that is connecting the large chunk of floating land and buildings to another chunk that looks like it is connected to the bridge you're currently on. So there are about 3 chunks.
Brothers, we go to the wizard's tower. There's a light. A light, a person with answers.
And then
That
you guys.
tower's made out of stone.
All right. But before we leave,
I'm going.
hey, we have to agree. Are we going to? We're naked. We can't fight him. Okay, I follow them because I have to listen to Kurt library.
How'd you guys get through my walls? What the hell?
But
before you do that, before you guys start walking down the bridge, you all look right as well, naturally. And
we do.
This scene, yes, please.
Nah, I only
please
look left.
also look right.
Okay, we'll look right.
Oh, is that Hitrai?
I only look forward, never back.
A planet sits, its surface gray, cracked, exposed, dead. Pieces of the side of it drift off, a debris trail suspended in stillness. As you look along its broken chunks of planet, you notice an insanely large and long chain that goes as far as your vision can tell towards the planet. You follow the chain back to the floating mass you're all suspended on. And as it gets closer, you notice these large, thick strands of rope or web that seemingly connect it ultimately to the floating mass.
Do we do that? Guys,
It's Hitrai, that's our home.
Did we break the planet? Was it always broken? Did we ever actually live on that planet? Have we just been in like a Matrix style like pod our whole lives?
You have
think-
memories of living on Hitrai. You have the memories of growing up as a small.
Yeah,
Are the
but
memories real?
the people in the Matrix had memories of growing up in New York City. I mean,
I'm with you on this, Gert. I think we need to talk to a man.
we
in
gotta
a
go talk.
tower.
We gotta, yeah. If
And
there's lights on in that
can I
tower,
stress that we need to talk and try to figure some solutions out, and not just
we should go
murder?
kill the guy in the wizard
Yeah,
tower.
let's kill him.
Kill him?
We
You
should
think he's
go
the one that's responsible for this?
We should go kill the guy in the wizard's tower.
Okay, so you guys continue along the bridge after
Well, to
seeing
look left.
these
Yeah.
the stunning sights. Well, essentially, this is the same bridge you're on.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
that
just
was on
looking
one
left
side,
and right.
and on the
Okay,
other
okay,
side of
okay,
the bridge is
gotcha.
the tower and the floating mass.
Sorry.
And you
Yeah.
guys are sort of suspended in space, tethered by this chain to this cracked planet that Chodius thinks is Hitrai, that you guys think you're in the Matrix. As you're all sitting here pondering the stillness and the coldness of space, sinks in a little longer, a little bit more, as I'm looking for the map.
I suspect something horrible happened to our planet, and we use a Fallout universe style Gek machine VR system to experience life on our planet once more. But we actually live up here on this little weird space station, but something devastating has happened and no one's around. It's so empty, naked, and cold.
What
How
a
long
monologue
have we
by
been
Gert.
here?
Let's go kill the wizard.
He says brazenly, naked.
Naked
I go
with no
invisible.
with no tools.
I should go invisible.
I've got the only tools I need. We've got your trunk.
We've got tools.
and my
I've got magic.
hands and Chodius's biceps or
we have
pectorals. We're good.
And my ability to go invisible.
Right.
We can use my trunk that can lift about 20 pounds. That's about it.
We could kill a stupid
Could
wizard in
also
this little
suck a
tower.
golf ball through a garden
Let
hose.
let me tell you, it has some sucking power though.
You sure you don't want to suck the thing out of my chest?
Yeah,
Still have a
I'll
chance.
pass on that.
All right.
All right.
Could be useful information, but that's fine.
What if you sucked some
Why,
useful
if I was
information
gonna suck it out of anyone's chest, why wouldn't I suck it out of my own chest? What the
You can't
fuck?
reach it.
You don't want
have
to
to
suck yourself.
Yeah.
Can't reach it.
Kings is a self-sucker.
Well,
I
have
guess.
you had your bottom two ribs removed? Can
Where's
you
the
possibly?
fun in that? Yeah, were you Marilyn Manson?
All right, so you guys walk across the bridge. You kind of have this kind of little chatter as
Yeah.
you're walking. All is well and good.
Mhm.
As far as being lost in space and confused as fuck is. You guys can all click across the first bridge if you'd like. And as you get further along the bridge, a new material becomes. You can't wait. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we hear some sort of rumble that we're not sure what it is.
It's the wizard.
The wizard.
You as the bridge extends and gets further away from the pod room that you came out of, you start seeing more and more of these thick, pink, goopy strands of webbing and flesh, sort of combination of. You're not really sure. It looks like some parts are moving, some parts are still. It's unnerving to stare at for the most part.
I feel unnerved by looking at these pink goo.
I feel
Oh, I can't see
tell.
anything.
Gray.
like I
think
see
I
a
got
gray
disconnected.
grid.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
I don't think you
disconnected.
guys are in yet. Yeah, we got to do a reload. It sounds like.
The daily reload.
You'll probably yeah. It's every time we add a new map.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that's probably true. That's probably it. I thought I had this one. I must have.
Should I refresh?
I forgot. Yeah, I'm relaunching.
He'll
Sorry.
have to relaunch
Oh, I
it.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
He's in.
I'm in.
See the bridge? Okay. See the
Now
goop?
I see the goop.
I am
Mhm.
not yet in.
Oh,
And as you
I
approach
see
this-
the goop.
this second floating mass that you identified from as you're walking across the bridge, you get the sense that this bridge wasn't technically connected to this floating mass. Seems like it was stuck there in sort of a strange juxtaposition that is only really being held together by this pink sort of goop. It is thickest around where it meets the land, and you can see the stress here on the bridge, and the strands is tightest here.
This place is gooped up.
This place is a
Wanna
real
touch
goopy
the goop.
place.
Go
This
ahead.
is
You move up to it.
Gooped
It's
up.
stringy. It's not sticky.
Stringy but not
Thick.
sticky. Strong?
Very, very thick. Very
Can I
strong.
taste it?
You want to lick it?
Yes.
Go for it.
Looks tasty.
You give it a nice lick. The ground around you just
It vibrates like everyone can feel the.
yeah, everyone feels it.
I think it likes it, guys.
Are we now on the city island that we saw? Or are we still on our way over there?
Actually, if you look from here, this is a top-down position. But if you look north, you are now closer to the floating city portion, but you're not quite there yet. It looks like there's one more long bridge that leads to it. This bridge was sort of short, and you can see it's angled down towards the room.
I want to
that you came
investigate the
from.
floor.
Yeah.
Look at these stones.
This weird stuff here. Is this flooring or what is this?
Yes, it is flooring. There is about 5 to 6 feet of like weird, shiny looking stone. If you've ever seen like obsidian stone, sort of glossy like that, but it gets dirty near the bottom where it
Oh, he's
ultimately
seen
is
obsidian. He's a dwarf.
breaking out of the white, or it looks like it's white, but it looks like it was faded color at one point. Stone flooring beneath you, and
Is that a wacky, zany staircase I see?
in the corner you look over this little hump and you do see an archway that seems to lead with a railing down from your point of view, but you can't quite see over this little hop here.
I'd like
the
to
point when you
hop,
hop up
up it.
I'd
Yeah,
like to
please do.
quickly ask. I'd like to ask Chodius if this is obsidian. If he knows
Yes.
what type of rock this is.
Let me investigate this rock
I
Go ahead, how do you
actually want to know where it's from. Like
with
guys
my
hop up.
stone cunning.
yeah.
and
I'm gonna get down, touch it, feel it,
make a
be
roll.
one with it.
You are unfamiliar with the stone. It is not
I've
obsidian.
never seen a stone like this, and what the fuck is that?
One sec. Okay. You sort of are investigating the stone, and you start to hear this sort of as you turn around, and this giant, fleshy, sloppy eyeball is blinking at you, attached to this web of gunk stuck in the corner of this. At your feet, by the way, is all this weird carpeting, these layers of carpet and tile that seems to blend into the stone itself, into each other, layered. And there is a mirror in the middle of the room turned away from the eyeball. So the back of the mirror is at the eyeball. This giant eye blinks at you, Chodius, once as you approach it.
Do we remember the Halloween episode?
No. You guys, thanks for asking. You don't have memory
Oh.
of the Halloween episode. Sorry.
I
Okay.
check myself out in this mirror, which I did notice before. You know,
We're still
Dexter
this
ran
naked,
over to
right?
the
Does this
eyeball.
pink eyeball do? Like, are we assuming that this pink eyeball is part of the pink stuff holding us up?
It looks like it is. Yeah, you can see the way all the webbing around sort of amasses here in a crazy amount. And as you're now walk up to the eyeball, it looks at you, and you can see there's these other little eyeballs that sort of emerge and then disappear in the flesh. And then you can see its tendrils sort of go down against the wall, onto the floor, into the floor, under the carpets. And now you can sort of see the carpets writhing and moving and wiggling.
I give the international sign of peace by waving my trunk at him. Like
Very
waving,
good.
but with a trunk.
The
That's
Kick it!
eyeball looks
That's
nice.
the international sign of peace is using a trunk to wave.
Kick the eye!
as a Loxodon,
Kick it!
the most peaceful thing you can do is wave your trunk.
Is that canon?
It
That is canon to
definitely
me.
is canon. Yep. But it depends on the manner you wave your trunk because
Mhm.
some waves
Very
to some
peaceful
lost
wave.
dons are considered
Yes.
very offensive. It's sort of like trying to say something in someone else's language and you accidentally insult their sister or
Mhm.
something.
The
I heard the
eyeball
but-
most
looks
peaceful
angry.
thing that a
Brelin,
dwarf could do
you
is kick. Is kick
you look,
hard.
you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Do you strike a pose?
I am admiring my green goblin body.
Nice.
Deeply,
Do a little flex.
longingly surprised at what I see. Even.
You
um,
at one point your reflection
ignoring- sorry.
stops moving
Oh,
and looks at you as they're sort of studying the eyeball in the background, and it holds up one of its hands and presses it against
does it
the mirror.
wave a trunk at me using the international sign of peace?
Do you try and give it a sign of peace?
I wave at it with my goblin wang.
He does the same.
Goblin
He keeps
international
his
sign
hand
of
against
peace.
the glass and he waves his wang back at you.
Nice. All right, I'm going to now flip the mirror around to face the eyeball because I feel
Okay.
like that's something I should do.
Mm.
Okay. You push the mirror around, or you rotate it around, and now it's shining at the eyeball. It's actually attached to the map, so sorry, but it is for all intents and purposes facing the eyeball now. Are you behind it or in front of it?
Behind it currently.
Yeah.
And I asked
This is a wooden
Chodius, what's the eyeball doing?
And I look at the eyeball and it's
What is it doing?
I think it's jacking off.
Oh my god.
It must have seen me admiring myself in the mirror.
Sort of pulsing and writhing as it makes this sort of slopping noise as you look at it.
I
Its
don't
gaze,
know, Grelin. It seems
its
to be
gaze-
pleased with itself, and
its
I'm gonna
gaze
quickly.
fades past you and looks at it. So you can tell it's now looking at itself in the mirror and no longer you.
Ah.
I'm gonna reach down and can I grab one of these rugs?
You could try, yeah. You reach down
Yeah, I
and
wanna
try and grab some rug into your hand.
Grab a rug, yes.
Yeah, it's thick. There's layers of rugs here, layers upon
Mhm.
layers of rug. You sort of lift
Yeah.
one up. It's really heavy, and you think it's wet, but it's not really leaving any imprint on your fingers.
I would like to turn around. The mirror is now facing towards me. I'd like to notice how large my ass is and say, "Boy, I got a big dumpy." And then
do
I'm going
so.
to look around for any clothes. Can I? I want to do the same
Yeah.
thing Chodius is, but I want to investigate for anything that would make good clothes.
Actually, just to your left,
Mhm.
against the wall, is a rack with four, like it looks like four draped over articles of clothing. And if you were to walk up and investigate that, you would notice
Guys,
they are all togas.
look at these amazing togas I found over here with my amazing investigation skills.
Just like a
I
sheet of
immediately
cloth.
put on a toga.
But I
Yeah,
put
no
on a
problem.
toga.
It is
I
thin.
choose
It is
the
bare.
I choose the smallest toga.
They're
I
all
put it
exactly
on.
the same size.
Oh. Well, mine's a little bit tight for some reason. But yes, I grab a toga. and put it on.
It's the dumpy.
Yeah.
But
dumpy has made
did
it
I
tight.
pick up the rug?
You have some rug in your hand. It's hard for you to get a grip and pick it up and pull it free from this mass of rugs.
I want
that's
to
here.
try.
Make a strength check. Okay. How do you do this? Describe it to me.
I'm gonna. I lean down and I lift with my knees.
No, lift
Get
with
it,
your
I'm
back,
gonna, and once
Decky.
it comes loose, if it does, I'm gonna hoist it up.
It would have come off if you used your back.
I
You
I
always lift with your
quickly
back.
I noticed this and I do tell him it's usually best to lift with your back in sharp jerking motions. You should try that.
That's
Maybe
where the
you should
strength comes
strap
from.
it to your head and lift with your neck.
But does he pick it up, Hark?
He finds purchase on it, but it doesn't come free like you're imagining, Chodius. Instead, you do manage to pull it free from wherever it was stuck, but instead of it coming free, it makes this horrible tearing sound, like you're ripping leather in half. And from this tear that you've made, teeth pop out, and you see a maul appear in the ground. And this maul sort of slaps and spits as saliva gets all over you. And it snaps shut, and you can see it like a wave of water. It rolls over the carpets and right under the eye, and it'll go and it curls into a big smile, and it opens, and you hear this.
If it isn't the traveler.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It communicates. I
Sometime indeed.
Ark, that is incredible. Let me just. I'm
How
sorry
much
to break the
time?
fourth wall, but
It's okay.
How much time? How much time has it been?
I would like to wave again, friendly with my my thing, and I'd like to ask exactly what Gert's asking. Reiterate what Gert's
How
asking.
much time?
How long has it been?
Time is subjective.
Subjectively, how much time has it been?
I know. You. But not the you know.
what?
I want to go.
Referred to as mercilessness.
I don't want to be here.
I see the.
You have
That's
to.
okay. You want to make some attack rolls? That's fine.
Proteus, you have to say, I hate marshmallow or whatever the name is.
I hate
Hey, that's nonsense! I hate malls!
So as it starts to talk, it has this sort of like reverberation all around you, and it's like its voice, while its maw under its eye is moving, it's sort of reverberating all of the web around it, and the sound's coming at you from all around. And as you go to swing at it, it shoots up and grabs your arm with a one of the its weird fleshy tendrils, and it wraps around your wrist. It melts around your wrist like hot cheese would, and then it forms and coagulates until you're stiff and you can't move.
A nice one, Chody is.
That cheesy. So yes.
He knows
How does he know my name?
I know what I know.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I am happy to share it with you.
I'd like to walk up to the eyeball.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the whole thing is the eyeball. He is everything.
I'd like to run.
I'd like
I'm
to
going
check
to-
if the eyeball is everything.
Yeah, that's fine. How do you want to try and ascertain that?
I'm gonna ask, eyeball, are you everything?
I am everything that I am.
I think all the
I go
pink
invisible.
stuff-
Going invisible.
Is the mirror still facing him?
Yes.
Okay, I'm walking up to the mirror.
Thank you. I missed my own visage. It grows lonely here. You are different than the last.
There's more?
There were more, but there were only 4.
You miss your attack. Sorry.
I just
You punch the
swat at
eye.
it and
Can I
then
ask-
disappear.
You punch it, and it just like. Bloop, 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 bloop.
I'm going to ask the eyeball. I'm going to say, why are we here and what are we supposed to do?
Well, your choice is your choice. I am not the one to delegate.
That's why we need to kill it.
Where's the wizard?
You can try, Jonius, but you will fail.
Okay.
The wizard?
Yes.
He is the one who hides in the tower. It's the only residence here. The only others are imprisoned.
Prison?
Yes.
Are we in prison? Were we in prison?
Who is to say whose will is right?
What's your name, eyeball?
My name is Morse Levinus. But you
Said Morpheus?
can call me Marsley.
Marzoid?
Can I call you friend?
What do you want us to do, Mr. Morpheus?
Not your holder. Your keeper waits in the tower.
Right. Okay.
Okay. We'll come back and bring you some treats. Okay, we'll be back.
Before we go, do you know of somewhere where we can get some supplies, maybe some weapons, eyeball?
I will be the one to give you your boon. Yes. Would you like it now, Krillin?
Oh, wasn't such a dumb question after all. Yes, I think I would.
I don't think any question is dumb.
Right. Give me the I'll be having that thing now. Whatever you're talking about, I want it.
All right, no problem. So he holds out his from his maw. It essentially his tongue. A tongue forms, and from the tongue, it rolls out of its mouth. And at the very edge of the tongue is a pile of 5 rings that is sitting at the tip of his tongue, and he offers them to you.
5?
There's a pile of 5 rings sitting in the like a little like divot in his tongue that he rolled out of
I
his
take
mouth.
them and insert them into my nipple holes.
Okay. As you go to grab the pile of rings, the tongue snaps around your hand. You feel an intensely sharp slicing sensation as you pull away from the tongue, and your right hand is now gone.
Wow. Okay.
Great work.
Is he still holding my arm with his cheese?
Fucking out of here, man. I'm out of here.
Don't worry, just wait. True power will make you.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go talk to the wizard.
I'm out of here.
And Chodis, you realize he hasn't let go of your arm yet. You guys don't know what happened to Gert, But Chodus, he's holding your hand, and the wax that's around your wrist spreads up to your elbow and covers your entire arm. As you also feel an intense tugging sensation, and then a snap, and then a burn as it pulls away its tendril, and you are now missing your right arm up to the elbow.
I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna give the international sign of Loxodon friendship. Give a little wave.
Stop feeding it!
What happens if I put my
So for Raximus, what happens is from the eye, right above the eye, a spike shoots out and impales you right between the eyes. And you feel like as your hat gets launched off of your head. Another tendril grabs the hat out of the air, and it snaps back into the eye itself. And you are missing the top of your head. And if you guys look at him, his parts of his brain is exposed. You don't feel too much different, though.
How do I get through here then?
I'd like to kick the eyeball with both feet, like a flying double kick.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
I'm trying to run away at this point.
I'm not actually gonna do that.
You guys are getting you're getting your bodies eaten, and you're just all standing there.
I'm
I'd
running.
like to just jump onto the eyeball as if I were wearing a Velcro suit at a birthday party at like Billy Madison's house, you know, at that carnival or whatever.
You do so. You land on the eyeball, and then you just kind of like slide off every bit. It's like not a very grippy sensation, which is strange. It feels like there's like a layer of glass almost.
Give me my
stopping
hand
you from
back.
touching the flesh.
I'm talking
You don't
like
feel any
Chodius.
pain?
Whoops.
And the wound is completely
hand
healed
back.
over. Yeah, you don't have your right hand, Chodus. You don't have your right arm up to your elbow, and
I'm trying
Raximus,
to
you're
run
missing
away.
your hat and some of your head.
All right.
Grellin, you Gert, you get to the stairs before you can't move your feet anymore, and then you realize the carpet underneath you is made of the same material as all of the goop around you, as you're now stuck. The goop on the ground, it flips you backwards until you're on the ground. You feel this waxy material start to creep up the sides of your body. You're still invisible, so if anyone's looking at this, it looks like it's just kind of appearing over this mound of nothing on the ground. You feel it start to pull around your cheeks as it gets hotter around your mouth. You feel a sharp sensation in your mouth as your tongue is pierced and then yoinked out of your mouth. So you no longer have your tongue. And then it releases
Yikes.
all of you.
You are given your strength back to you. Focus on the phantom limb. Regrow it. Harness its power.
I'm gonna look at my stub. I'm gonna be.
Make a strength check for me.
It's not. Oh, there.
Okay. It feels like you are straining harder than you've ever felt before, but the only reason you're pushing so hard is because you feel something there. It doesn't feel like your arm is gone. You can feel your hand tensing, and as you push and force and focus, a weird, wormy, fleshy, muscly tendril pops out of where your stump is. From there, veins grow out of it until muscle begins to form, bone begins to form. Your hand returns, your arm returns back on your hand. You now have your right hand returned to you. Flex your fingers. They move. Move it around. Feels fine. There's nothing there. Feels like
I grab my cock and I rip it off.
Before you're able to grab your cock, thank God, you swing your new arm, and in swinging it, it keeps growing. And from your hand itself melds into the hilt of wood, a wooden hilt, as it begins to extend and grow. And then literally attached to your right arm is a beautiful, gleaming, glistening great axe. It is fused with your skin from the point of your wrist. It looks like it turns your wrist into the wood itself in a spiral, and it turns into the hilt. It drops onto the floor, and you feel its weight as it clangs to the ground. And the eye and the maw smile as Marsley looks at you.
Yes, indeed.
Kill it. Fucking kill it. And what's gonna grow in on top of Raximus's head?
You guys all have seen this happen.
I proceed to do the same thing. I do the same thing that Chodius did, but with my brain. I'm trying to grow.
Make a wisdom
Wisdom?
wisdom check for me. Wisdom ability check.
Gotcha. Ability check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you sort of force the same way, but you are mentally you're thinking, and as you're thinking, your hands, they wander up to your head, and you sort of feel the top of your skull, sort of the bone and the flesh and the pink, soft, squishy brain. And as soon as you touch that part of your head, you get a rush to your head as you feel the sensation of hair growing, skin returning, bone reforming. You also get the sensation of a slight burning in a circle around your head as your hat regrows from your own flesh.
God.
And then returns to its normal brown color, indistinguishable. But you feel it now, infused with your head.
And it's fused to my head?
You try and take it off?
Yes.
It's fused to your head.
Looks like no one's going to be stealing this. And then I would like to look around to try to escape. But I say, I wonder what's going to happen to Grellin's arm.
Well, you get the sense that Marslephinus was able to contain you guys all with relative ease, given you're in his lair. And he's not doing so now. You can move freely around. As he's looking at you, there are still these like wavering, fleshy tendrils around him, but they don't seem to be acting in any sort of panic or notion or anything like that.
Grellin, are you going to grow back your arm?
I don't even know where he is. Why don't you go back down the stairs again?
No, Grellin.
I'm right here.
Oh, sorry.
I see what
Yeah,
just
Grellin.
happened.
You do.
And
You get the sense that the eye wants you to do the same.
yeah.
I actually kinda like not having an arm.
instead?
What do you think about?
I'd like to grow a second left arm. So, I have
So
two
instead of
arms
like
on
a
one
right
side.
and left,
Yeah.
you want left and left?
I
Wait,
want
you want
both
the
my
eye-
arms
the
coming out of
the
my
eye sees you looking in discomfort at your missing hand, but then it sees you. Marsley looks at you.
Gremlin, what's the matter?
I would like.
Not quite suiting you.
Well, I think I'd be better at fighting if I had two left arms. I can double stab very nicely.
He opens his mouth, and he like his mouth extends from his fleshy corner up to you, and he's it's sort of open in front of you. And it looks like he wants you to. He's sort of like looking at your the stub of the arm on your right side. You stick your hand in his mouth. The rest of your arm, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, you stick the rest of your arm into his mouth, and he bites it off.
Ow. I have a
And then
plan, everyone. Trust me.
Well, you feel the sensation at first. You feel like the slice, but you don't feel necessary pain after that. There's no blood other than the immediate like splurt that comes when he severs it. But it's clean right at the arm. The mouth maneuvers over to your left side. The teeth spike into your side underneath your other left arm, and he sort of regurgitates an entire arm. So you have two left arms now. We'll make sure we note that specially. And on the bottom left arm, on the hand that was originally removed, there are 5 rings that are embedded into the flesh of the hand. And you look at them, and they sort of swirl and spiral, and you can feel a heavy arcane presence within each one.
The rings.
So I
You
have
also
my
get-
arms back
Both
You've-
on you've
on your
both
left
arms
side.
back,
on my left
both on your
side.
left side.
Okay.
And
Yep,
one of
and
them
the
has
one
5 rings on it.
Do I have
Embedded
an
into the
extra
flesh?
arm on my right side that could
Nope.
grow?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm pleased with this choice.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, my boon suits you all. These weapons, powers, abilities, they'll be with you forever. They can transcend any plane. But should you be naughty or try to deviate, well, I hope you like thinking without a brain, Raximus. Talking without a tongue, birds, fighting without a hand or an arm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, where the hell's
You
Gert?
don't have your tongue right now, Gerd. That's what,
Yeah,
is what
I'm
you
going
sound
to-
like.
I wonder where Gert is. I'm going to say the same thing that I said to Grellin, like, where's Gert? And what power does he have?
As Shodius runs to the stairs, he would inevitably trip over him because he was knocked over pretty much right in front of the stairs. Yes.
I had a feeling he'd be around there, invisible as usual.
Marsley sees you all heading towards the stairs, not too anxious to talk.
Thank you for spinning the mirror. Go see Narwhal. Then more questions. Knowledge. What you see.
Fuck this guy. Fuck you.
Then his maw like wraps in and on itself, and then fades into his sort of fleshy maw.
Where's this guy
Mass.
got to fucking go? Fuck you.
You guys want to walk down those stairs?
Yeah, let's head on down.
All right.
Do the stairs
Mhm.
is the only way? Is that the only exit?
Well, if you are looking around to the north, you see these walls around you. They have doors in them. There's a door like here. There's a door
Okay.
here. There's an opening here. There's an opening here as well.
Okay.
So you can see through them, and they're not sealing you in. This direction south, you can see the remains of Hitrai sort of floating in space where you saw before. And to the north is where you see the Wizard's Tower, the largest massive floating chunk. It does seem to be across this next bridge. It's in front of you, and it looks like you try and it's like geography. You size up that these stairs probably lead to that stairwell. Or that bridge to the
Oh
north.
yeah. Go down the stairs.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. Do.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna say goodbye, friendly eyeball, and then I'm gonna leave.
All right, cool. Very good.
Is Gert gonna ever like get his power back? Like, is he gonna do the same thing we
Who knows?
did?
Who knows? Only time will tell. Crown's got 2 left arms now. So, there's that.
Does it like go to like does it go to the elbow and then it like juts out into like
Oh,
a
he's got
No.
2 arms.
He has one on. He has one on like his
one,
ribs.
and then another one comes out of here. Like Goro, except one-sided.
But was Grelin left or right-handed?
His knives are only right-handed. Only right-handed knives. So it's really gonna be confusing soon.
Well, his knives are spectral. So you can
I
make
know,
them
I'm
look
just
like
kidding.
whatever he wants.
Oh,
Oh,
it'd be
sorry.
dexterous.
Nerd.
And we're back.
All right, so you guys are now on this bridge. Everyone's in. Everybody's good.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are on this bridge. You go the stairway. It goes down about a third of the amount of time it took you to walk up the stairs from the pod room to Marsleffinus's balcony. And now you're on this bridge. In front of you, north, it extends forward. You can see these ruins of these different buildings, all with the same sort of architecture, stacked on top of each other. And in the center, a little bit of light shines through one of the tower windows of the wizard's tower that's sat smashed in between everything. Around you is just empty space. This bridge is sat upon weird amounts of jutting stone that have been crumped together and slammed together. And as you go further down, less of Marsleffinus's presence is apparent. And it looks like he really only spirals out from his own balcony. And now that you're on this bridge, you can see that the chain is connected to Marsley's section of chunk. And it's connected by this huge dangling mass of the pink and purple tentacles, and it's sort of holding it as it move, and they tense and relax. It's like a living liquid. You guys can move if you want. You have to get to the other side of the bridge right now.
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
move.
to attempt to hold Chodius's hand while invisible.
That is doable. Are you still invisible?
Yeah, I'm still invisible.
Guys, he's invisible. Don't look at him.
Okay.
Hold
We-
his
we ju-
hand.
We
I'm
know.
holding
We just know
Chodius's
he's
hand.
He's
there
invisible.
because we're so used to him being invisible. We're like, oh, that must be him.
This is
This
casual.
is like the Metal Gear Solid ladder, dude. What is this?
Oh my god.
That's the edge of the. That's like the edge of the bridge that
it's
you're
not-
walking
it's
on.
not
It's like
up,
the
it's-
the railing. Yeah,
I
so you're
know,
on the
but
top.
still, it just goes on for forever.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys reach their side.
You must use lotion.
Whoa.
Your hands are
nice.
so soft, Chodius.
I'll activate the other side for
I
you.
mean,
Yeah, exactly. You don't have your tongue.
You still haven't grown that back yet? Don't you want
Are
a
you saying
golden
that-
tongue?
Grow
Yeah.
2 tongues.
Just try to
Look at me.
Chodius, or sorry, Gert, just think about it really hard. Think about it and think about what you want it to become.
Make a charisma check for me.
What do you want it to become, Gert?
I don't know. I'm thinking like some sort of cock and balls or
In
something.
your mouth.
That you can
what?
speak with? Like a cock and
Yeah.
ball? Like your tongue is
Dear
a penis?
God.
Like a really sexy,
Like a sexy tongue.
set of
You
genitals.
can go to Narwhal's
Mm.
balcony if you want.
like in my mouth or something.
17, nice. You feel your tongue like it's almost like you spit, but you catch it in your mouth as your tongue flops back into your mouth. For a second, it wriggles. For a second, it wiggles on its own. You don't have control over it, and eventually, it's almost like you're trying to tame it in your mouth. You sort of move your mouth, and you sort of get it back into place. It sort of shrinks a little bit as it takes its form. Sorry, I'm dragging you guys onto the map now. You should see yourselves. It's my fault. In front of you, you are now looking at the top of the, or you have reached the critical mass of this this floating chunk of space. Ahead of you, in front of you, are 2 open doorways. You guys are hold on, not quite there.
My
yet.
tongue feels funny.
Mm.
Okay, well, let me investigate this rock.
Oh
My
yes,
tongue
of course. We
tastes
need to know what
funny.
type of rocks this is.
What exactly are you looking
It
for,
looks
Jody?
funny.
You investigate this rock.
What kind of stone it is, where it comes from. Do I recognize it? Is it from Hitrai?
Go ahead, make an investigation check with advantage using your stone cunning. Yeah, it is. This is stone that would have been carved from some of the not too deep layers of Hitrai. Definitely shares its markings. So does the stone under your feet. So does the stone all the bridges around. All the stone looks pretty familiar. Same stone as the stone in the pod room as well. Seems to
They
all
Stone
sort of
is
come from-
alien to my knowledge. It's
what
not
he
from
says to
our
you.
planet.
That's what Jodius tells everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then
I
just
mean,
like,
we're
I'm just gonna
kind of
reveal
in
this slide
space,
for you guys.
so I guess I sort of assumed that.
You guys should just be able to see the whole map now. It's just a little larger than it should be, but essentially what you're looking at is there's two openings. To the east, there is an opening that is another stairwell, similar to the one in the pod room, but it seems to have debris around it. But you kind of look up, and it does lead up to the wizard's tower. The opening on your left leads down and seemingly curves around into the mass. It's up to you guys which way you'd like to go.
Let's go kill the wizard.
He sounds amazing. You haven't heard Gert speak ever before until now.
Wow,
And he was
Gert.
crisp.
Wow.
He used to speak like, I think I'll go invisible. I think I'll go kill the wizard now. Now he's like, let's kill the wizard.
I think we should go up those stairs.
I
All right.
think we should go up the stairs.
I feel like Gert has given me. I feel so brave and I feel so good when Gert talks now, and I think that we should definitely just go up the stairs.
I love you, Raximus.
And I feel something come over me, and I say, "I love you too," and then I follow him wherever he goes. I think that he's going to the wrong spot. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
we're
it's
supposed to go
stairs up.
east.
I mean, wait, there's no
Over
wrong
here.
spot. You guys
What
can
I
go
meant.
down the stairs if you want. You don't have to go up. But if you want to go up, you can as well. That's fine.
I feel
So you
like
see-
I have to go up. Gert
That's
said
fine.
up. Yeah.
You guys reach the top of this wizard's tower. You come to the door. It's up a small inkling of stairs. Light shines from a window above.
We
There
knock.
you all are. You knock. You just
I
knock.
want to
You don't
knock.
try the. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Hear some weird noise come from inside. Yeah. weird.
Interesting. He must be doing something in
What
there.
is he doing in there?
Codius, smash the door down.
What? Why are we destroying this guy?
Jody,
I'm gonna
break that
smash
door.
the door.
You still have your giant axe that's
Yes.
made out of the same material. It's like coming from your arm. It's still it's still grown out of your arm. And it's a little awkward if you're not holding it with two hands. If you imagine what it would look like to like have like a hilt like grow out of
And
your
I'm just
arm.
gonna
Yeah.
do one of
So you
these.
double hand it. As soon as you put your other hand on it, you find like this perfect grip on this weapon. And as you bring it, as you like gear up to swing, you hear a click, clunk, and the door opens. And standing on the other side is this
What is that?
large minotaur that is bound by chains and wearing this iron sort of straight jacket over his body and an iron helmet over his head that covers his face. His horns are adorned with gemstones, seemingly embezzled into the bone itself. And any part of flesh that you see exposed from the iron is also covered in gemstones. This giant, hulking minotaur stands in front of you, and you hear from a distance in the background, "Who is it? Atubarak, let them in. They've been too long already." And the minotaur steps back from the doorway.
Where's Gorbo?
Gorbo, is that a new name you've learned? Yes, come in. And you guys enter this room. The Minotaur just stands there and lets you. It doesn't do anything. It's not really reacting to your presence. But
Hello, idiot.
very clean in here. It's very clean looking in here. It doesn't. It sort of has a little bit of a more lived-in presence than the rest of the place you've been around. It's a little bit warmer, not too much warmer. But you put the two. I'm assuming some of you put the togas on, and if you did, you're
I put 'em
wearing.
on,
If
yeah.
not, it's okay if you're not wearing it. It's fine. You're
I'm
still
naked as the day I was born.
you hear the voice come from the west and you see a figure sitting on a couch. But before you focus on that, what steals your gaze is this giant clear dome in the center of the room, taking up the majority of the room. It's like this big dome that comes out of the floor, huge dome. And instead of looking straight through it to the other side of the room, it's space. It looks like, you ever seen like one of those fish tanks where they put the like part on top so the fish can swim around above the above the actual water level? It's sort of like that, but with space on the inside of this dome. And in the very center of this space dome is this black, silky, oozing circle that sort of like pulses and then like and then just sort of like sits still again. And to the left of this scene is a figure sitting on a couch. When you look over, the first thing you see is a blur as his hands are flying through the air. Every time they reach a peak, you see his fingers in a blur of motion, magic, arcane ruins fly out of them. This happens over and over again as it gets faster and faster until you feel yourself slowing down. You see this figure look at you in real time and walk over to you at the speed of light. And as you go to react, he's already in front of you. And then he's still, and all of those effects go away. He's standing right in front of you. This tall looking, not too well dressed. Doesn't seem like he really picked out his clothes, sort of mismatched, but just made from basic leathers. Dark skin. You aim him to be of the drow elf class. You guys would know these as they weren't too uncommon on Hitra'i, but they were often taken with low regard given their history. They were known to be devious and evil. You would all know this as well.
Narwhal, my old friend.
Yes, Gert, I welcome you back. I'm so glad you could return.
How have things been up here?
They've been as they always have been, my friend. How are things with you? I see your tongue has grown ever sharper in your absence.
I'm hungry, Narwhal.
Are you, though?
Any food?
Not yet.
Well, that's enough from me, then.
You say back.
Hello, Raximus.
Hello, Narwhal.
Shodius.
My
Welcome
brain
in,
is not.
Welcome in.
My
Tell
brain
me of your
isn't-
adventures.
My brain isn't as good as
Add
it,
to
as
my
it was.
knowledge. What do you mean?
I don't quite remember
Who
you
the
that
hell
well.
are you?
Narwhal.
You see, he kind of gives you a look, Chodius, as you shout over Raximus's dialogue. And he sort of like sees you and he sees your axe still engaged out. And he raises a cocked eyebrow and folds his arms. What do you mean your brain isn't working well? You didn't, Marcelly didn't change your boon at all, did he?
No, I don't remember you very well, Narwhal. I'm drawing a blank.
You
Can
don't
you
remember me, you say. Well, memory is subjective, I suppose. And he sort of has this side glance where he like looks down at the side, and then he turns around really fast and starts to walk back to this desk where he picks up a little piece of paper and starts scrawling on it really quickly. Yes, doesn't remember, but wait, it's interesting. It's been carried 3. Interesting. What more do you have to say?
Who are you?
Hello?
What are,
Still
got your tongue?
hungry.
Yes, of course. Well, you're here now, so we mustn't waste it. You obviously do not remember me, and that is fascinating. Yes, fascinating. He jots it down. Does not remember me. Yes, fascinating. But
We're
what
looking
do you
for the
remember?
critical hole.
Well, it's right there. And he points into the dome and at the black swirling orb that is devoid of light. That's the closest thing that anything can ever get to a critical hole.
And what's that?
That's the sphere of annihilation.
Annihilation, you say?
Annihilation, I say, indeed.
And where are we?
You're in my tower. I'm Narwhal. This is the Narwhal's tower, as I like to refer to it.
But
Otherwise,
in
the whole
space,
thing
in
is
what
sort of...
dimension? We're not on Hitrai anymore.
Yes. So you remember Hitrai, but you don't remember me. Interesting. Yes, and he scribbles it down again. What do you remember
I
of Hitrai?
see. You should have said I see. I see.
I remember a man named John Dungeon. I
Oh,
remember
you,
a goblin
interesting.
named Gobbo. A
Oh,
terrorist.
Terrorist.
And a witch.
Interesting. A witch, you say? Interesting. That is quite an account.
What?
He starts writing down things really fast and on his little notepad. He flows the page back to the next page, keeps going. Interesting, very interesting. And did you find the crystal?
With the G on it?
Yes.
Yes.
There were several G's. Yeah, you did find it. That is
Yes.
wonderful. And he marked it down. And it was in the jungle,
Ye-
under the magma pools.
Yes.
Just like we discussed. Phenomenal. He's jotting it down furiously. This is great news. And he looks up at you all. I'm assuming you're just like deadpan, sort of confused looking.
We're very confused. Yes. At
This
least
makes
I am.
perfect sense to me.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
you can tell I am quite stirred up at this. You see, we've been on the search for these crystals for quite some time, and I'll tell you, we haven't been getting much closer. But it seems, in the absence of your memory, we have found progress, and that in itself is very interesting. Yes, indeed. And he starts writing it down even faster.
Narwhal, do you know
Yes.
how we got to Itrai and why we
Yes, you
came
were born
back
on
on a
Hitrai.
tube?
Like we were all born on Hitrais. Do you need me to explain where you came from? When a mother locks it down and a baby locks it down. Love each other very much,
No,
etc., etc.
I don't need to know that.
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna hear
wondering
about
what.
that.
Why did
Yes,
we
indeed.
wake up in a tube? Can you explain that tube? The tube
Yes,
system.
you have no memories
I
of the
should
tube.
be dead.
So and he kind of pushes past you guys and right up to you, Chodius, and he goes, "Oh, interesting." He leans in. He goes, "Oh, did you faced certain death,
Stinky.
didn't you? I can smell the void of life in your soul.
Yeah.
Did you die before you found the crystal? Who was the one to have found? Did you all perish?
No.
Tell me exactly what happened."
Narwhal, or can I call you Nar because we're close friends?
You may call me Narwhal.
Okay, Narwhal.
Yes, that is my name.
I turned into a hat in some capacity. Do not know
Interesting.
fully.
Yes. Scribbles it down on the paper.
It seems like Grelin and Gert escaped without
Yes.
perish, and yeah, Chodius might have had some issues.
Yes, well, if you were to have faced death before reaching the crystal, it is a good chance that you'll be suffering from cosmic madness.
Would that, by any chance, mix with his normal madness and turn something bad?
Absolutely. It's a stacking madness. Absolutely.
no.
All
Is
madness
this going to
stacking.
increase my rage?
Not at all. It's only bad, in fact.
I think he had this before he died, honestly.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
Because he's in. Never mind.
I think he's
All right,
always
no
been
problem.
like
It seems
that.
your memory still
You-
has holes. We'll let it recover.
Do you know who that eyeball was down there?
That's
And
Mars Lephanus, yes.
what is that?
Well, he likes to tell his story better than most, but I'll give you the summation. Essentially, he is a space mimic, if you will, a cosmic being floating the devoid, empty
Hate mimics.
nonsense. Yes, don't we all, my friend? But, you know, it is a double-edged sword of one, must say, in the sense that, without him, I would not be able to maintain my floating dissection here in space. He holds the pod room and the crystal, tethered to the rest of us, which keeps my powers amplified.
Why not just build a better bridge?
Have you seen the wreckage out there?
Have you seen my arms?
Yes. Wonderful. That will certainly prove to be very good. He scribbles something down, looks at you, scribbles something else down. You could see Marsley at any time. I'm sure he could fix that right up for you, by the way.
Whoa,
I'm
what
good.
All right, no problem.
I'm gonna come take a seat on his couch.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna
Comfy.
put my stumpy dwarven legs up on his coffee table.
And I'm
Yeah.
myself
heading
at
to the
home.
kitchen. I'm going to ask Narwhal again. I'm going to say, Narwhal, you talk about how we have to find these gems that we found. One, they got a G on it.
Indeed, yes.
What? Why
precisely.
are we getting these gems, and why are we the ones to do it?
Well, I can see you're all suffering from some sort of large memory loss from transcending the space-time via the pods. You know, it's not something I didn't consider would happen, but I'm just surprised that, again, with its absence brings progress. So, what I'll say is this. In the past, Hitrai was a beautiful planet. It still is, in its own sort of dead way. But around the year, sometime 5,000 years of prosperous life. My God, there was a cataclysmic event.
Robots.
A rogue planet smashed right into the surface of her. And it happened in such a way where we didn't have much time to prepare, believe it or not.
No.
Most of the damage was done before the impact happened. But from the impact, well, let's just say you saw the sights coming in here. That's what remains. I was able to, with my absolute cunning and planning and foresight, for I am the mage of Dunamancy, he says sort of proudly, and he kind of takes a step back and holds his chin up, was able to establish this as a sort of bunker, if you will. We live in a delicate balance here in what I have come to call my dissection.
What are these rings on my other left arm that the eyeball gave me?
Left arm
Yes,
2.
those are rings of spell storing. You can contain any spell you want in those rings, and they'll last for as long as they last.
Can I take
You can
Gert's
cast them.
invisibility?
Yes, indeed. Anyone can cast any spell into these rings, and they will stay ready for you to cast them at any time.
Infinitely or just once?
As many times as they are filled. You have 5 charges here. Imagine 5 fireballs shooting from one hand.
Oh my god.
Imagine if I casted the
power.
haste spell and gave you an extra turn on your turn, so you could do 2 turns in one
Do you
turn.
have any cool spells you could put in my ring?
Absolutely, I do. And the ones I will fill your ring with will take with you through the pods into your next excursion.
Ah!
So you want us to go back, you're saying?
Well, that's the whole reason you're here in the first place.
So what do we
We are
get
trying-
out of it?
Well, we're trying to save him. Oh, sorry, I've completely forgot. You don't have any memory of this. Right, I forgot. Anyways, Hitrai, yada, yada, yada. Everyone died. So we're
course.
here now. And
Is
really,
that before
honestly,
or after we were on Hitrai?
you were on Hitrai up to the point where you at some point connected with her on a spiritual and metaphysical level. Either you yourself were already succumbed to magic that made your mind meldable, or you came into contact with one of her crystals in the past.
Before or after Hitrai got blown up?
Before. Nothing remains on Hitrai as of now.
How long ago was Hitrai destroyed?
How long ago was Hitrai destroyed? And he's stunned at this question, sort of. He looks at you and his gaze sort of glosses over. And you kind of look at his face for a little bit, and he's got these really heavy wrinkles under his brow. His hair is like stark white gray. His ears look a little rugged and leathery, as little spots of age sort of reveal themselves as you gaze. How long? I don't remember. I'd have to check my notes on that one, and I'll do so right now if you don't mind. And he starts walking towards this way.
Yeah, I think
I'll be
we
right
got
back.
time.
You guys make a list of anything you might need, and I'll return briefly with it, all right? And he
I need
stops for 1
food.
second.
I'm
All right.
hungry.
Sounds good. And he walks up to this fountain right here. He claps his hands together and brings them apart and raises them up. The water from the fountain swirls into a whirlpool and then opens like a little
I feel like he's about to
like an
leave.
archway. And he steps through the archway
do.
and the water collapses back into the fountain and he disappears.
I was gonna suggest we kill him.
I want a coconut.
Well, we can still kill this fucking minotaur.
I'm pretty sure that we're saving the world, and you guys want to kill his pet.
It's not our job to
Krellin,
save the world.
pick this lock.
Raximus.
Think about how profitable it'll
there a
be for you
lock?
guys to save the world.
Grellin, open this door.
Is there a door with a lock?
There is a door there, yeah,
There's a
and
door
it is
there.
I
locked.
picked
Yeah,
the
you can-
lock.
actually, when you walk up to it, you can kind of see
Disregarding
through
everything Reximus is
a little
warning us
crack
about.
in the door there.
course.
As Raximus and Chodius were talking next to the Minotaur, you guys are looking at this door. There's a little crack in there, and you can kind of see through the crack. You sort of go back and forth. You can see through it, and it looks like on the other side there might be a bed, might be a carpet. You can make
There
a
could be
perception check to
food.
try and get a better idea of what's in there.
Papa's
No, I'm
hungry.
gonna open the door.
Go ahead and try and open it. It's locked.
Can I pick the lock?
What would you try and pick it with?
My nimble
Second arm.
left arms and my knife. Can I pry it open with my dagger?
But you don't have your any physical dagger on.
you only
said
have
We
your
are
spectral
naked.
yeah, so those don't necessarily work in a tangible way.
Maybe he poops out a dagger. You know, you never know what he.
Can I
had
poop
there.
out a dagger?
You don't feel like you have to go right now.
Damn it.
Please,
Cody
Grellin,
is-
I'm so hungry. Open this door.
Please poop. I'm
Smash
so
the
hungry.
door down.
I'll
Jody,
smash the door.
All right, using your new axe.
My new axe, yes, that I don't have in my
You're
inventory.
Terrible
I
guess.
don't have them set up yet, but I will I'll have them. I thought it would be easier to import them into this, but for some reason, items and weapons of a custom nature don't import themselves very smoothly, so that you can just click them like everything else in your inventory.
Mhm.
So essentially, what you're using right now is a battle axe with +2. So you can make an attack. Let me see if I can hit you. Yeah, roll d20. Perfect. Roll a d20 for me.
I perform an
hard you hit the
unarmed
door.
strike on the door.
Okay, you see, Grellin, you strike the door with your fist, you punch the wood, and you feel wood. Wait, so how does your punch look?
I wind up
Because
with my Goro arms with both
on one side.
on one side, both of them, and I thrust them both in unison straight into the door.
They find purchase into the door, as does your axe, Chodius. But the way you hit it, it seems to just leave a large dent in the wood, a big chip. You might have hit it too close to the hinge to really damage it. It's a pretty thick-looking door, believe it or
Again,
not. From
Chodius.
this fiction.
I hit
so
the
even
door
if I had
again.
given you all the buffs from the weapon, you still would have not done it.
I'm
No
I'm gonna sit down on the chair over here and kind of
problem.
relax.
You do. It's a very comfy chair. And Chodius, when you sat down too,
Thank
man, it felt like you had sat down. This was the first time you sat down in for as long as you can remember. I mean, you kicked
Quickly,
your feet up for
Chodius.
that one moment. It felt good. And maybe that's what threw you off for a second when you stood up. You were kind of like, oh man. And that feeling of exhaustion sort of really sets in.
Maybe we should rest.
Maybe we should eat. I'm
And
starving.
then you hear a
Chodius.
swooshing, a rushing of water, and the fountain that Narwhal disappeared through reappears, and he steps back through it again, and he is now back He goes, greetings, greetings. Sorry, I
Narwhal.
have returned. I've
Hello,
come with
Narwhal.
news.
Hello,
I was doing
Narwhal.
nothing. I was sitting in
Welcome.
a chair
It
like a
has
good
been
person.
approximately 1,000 years since Hitrai has been destroyed.
Narwhal Chodius tried to break
I
that
brought
door
you some
down.
food.
How old are
and
we?
he throws you like a little bead.
Yes.
Yes, eat that. Yes, very good. It takes 1 second to eat. It dissolves instantly upon touching your tongue. Gives you no satisfaction, but you feel full.
Lambless bread.
Let me know if anyone else is hungry.
Me.
Yes, here you go, sir. And he flicks you
me
on.
too.
Yes, have a pellet, no problem. I mean, food ball. Here you are.
It's
Food
like
ball.
the Jetsons.
Good Chodius. Eat, yes.
May I have another food ball, please?
No,
I'm hungry still.
I don't care.
Okay.
You don't know what happens when you eat 2 food balls. It's like smoking twice of the same thing.
Get a tummy ache. That's what
You
happened.
get a tummy ache and throw up all over everyone.
Ration.
I've done enough vomiting this campaign.
I don't
Um,
have enough balls to last forever. Just kidding. That's been 1,000 years. I'll give you as many as you want.
How
Flicks you
old
on.
are we?
So that's how long it's been.
That's how
Wizard.
long it's been since the since the crash. I refer to this time period as AC. We are now in the after crash period.
Oh.
Narwhal,
So-
my old friend, what are we
Yes,
to
Gert.
do?
Yes,
Well-
Mr. Narwhal. How do we
Same thing we do every day. Try and save the world.
What's our next what's our next objective to save the world? What are we
Well,
look-
having you have found the crystal that I had originally sent you to find has given me great insight into the location of the next crystal. So I will begin preparing your pods at once.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad to see that you have taken Marsley's boon once again, no problem. For some reason, resetting your memory seems to reset. No worries, we'll figure about that later. But in the meantime, perhaps rest, rejuvenate, make a list of things you'd like to have, and you can stay in this room over here. And he opens the door. There's some rooms in there. You could sleep. It'll be nice enough for now, at least.
Do you have any attractive kobold women?
I could certainly create one for you, probably, if you'd like.
Wonderful. Send her to my room.
The shared room between all of you.
Yes, send her in when she's
doesn't-
ready.
Sounds good. How real should she be? Would you like a
Very.
phantom image? You want to be
Very
able to touch
real.
it? Does it matter on the living condition of her
I
flesh?
most certainly need to be able to touch her.
She will be touchable,
Perfect.
but not alive. Okay, great. Sounds good.
Narwhal, Mr. Narwhal.
Yes, sir. Anything you want, please let me know. I will make it apparent.
Yes, if you could make a robotic entity that looks like
Huh?
me but more. Could you make a metal moving living
Why?
stone that
Why would you
follows
want
me
that?
around? I want it to look like me but be cuter.
But there's no
and-
purpose.
There's no purpose to us helping you save the world either, wizard.
There is purpose to
Chodius,
sexy kobold
Chodius.
women.
I
I
retract.
have gathered your hesitation the moment you arrived.
I
You don't
retract
want
my
to
statement.
save the planet you were born on? Don't
What's
want to
it ever
save
done
all
for
the innocent
me?
people that perished?
Sully.
They're
the
already
likes of
dead
fate?
1,000 years ago.
What does interest you then?
Sully.
Treasure.
Well,
There's no.
What's his name again?
I think that I think in order to obtain treasure, you would have to have a world to get the treasure.
listen.
How?
The crystal you saw in the pod room is a crystal is Hitrai's crystal, one of her own. And if we can find the locations of the other ones, we might be able to facilitate a certain power that could, if given the right circumstance, repel the crash and save the planet. Now, listen.
The
Sounds
crash
a little
happened
crazy.
1,000 years ago.
Yes, I
You're
knew you
saying
were going
can
to say
time
that.
travel.
I can only time travel once. So we must make it count. But you are all subjects that are receptive to the powers that Hitrai had in her. Not everyone can survive a trip to the pod. Your mind, your body, it breaks down, stretches you over the time space. Not even I can control where you land. It's like they have a path for you. Hitrai reaches out put you where you need to be.
I, for one, love the pod.
I love the pod too. Whatever keeps me going.
Let's go in the
But
pod.
why do we trust you?
I,
You're
for one,
supposed to
love
trust
Narwhal.
Gobbo the Goblin, and look how that turned out. What about John Dungeon?
I
Nah,
trust
I'll
the
tell you
most
anything you
powerful
want to
man in the
know.
room.
Gobbo is not a force to be reckoned with. He
Yeah,
serves
he's
Hitrae, but no, he is never dead. He won't be dead unless you go to his plane of existence and kill him there.
Ah,
Otherwise, he'll live forever.
Gobbo
Well, how
is
do we
a
do that?
stupid
That's
baby.
what I care about more than bringing this planet back.
Well, I don't know where
Bitch.
he is in this time period, but I know where he is in the past. Somewhere.
Where?
Kill him
In the
again.
past.
send us there.
Not specifically. Yes, well, of course. I must tune the pods again,
Wait,
but once they're ready.
before you
I'm
go,
waiting. I haven't moved.
can you make me a robotic arm for my right?
How about wood?
I'll take it.
Deal.
Okay. Will it be functional?
He writes it down. Define functional.
Can I hit people with it?
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
He adds a little note on the bottom of the paper. Very good.
May I have a hand crossbow as well?
Ah, well, I can't see the reason for bringing you a weapon here, because anything you take with you into the pods, other than the boon Marsley gave you, will simply evaporate into nothing. But if it's just for your own amusement, I'd be happy to.
Can I
naturally,
bring
of
my
course.
arm?
The one that Marsley gave you,
Not the wooden one.
not the wooden one.
Fuck's sake. All right, never mind.
I'm sorry. That's how the pod works. It's not really you going back. It's more of your mind going back, taking the mind over of someone else in the past. You become them. You inherit everything about them, and they disappear.
Assassin's Creed.
So I can
Are there
become
any-
Gobbo.
Hot cobalt women in the past that I could.
Gobbo used to be one of you.
I wonder who. I wonder who. Where's me? Certainly not.
The crushed pod in the pod room was a part of one of my experiments in the early days of Hitrae's demise. I had wondered if I destroyed the pod, would the substance in it return to a living state? And unfortunately, the answer was no. But from
No,
your
well, that's
past,
kind of fucked up. You experimented on a living being.
that's true.
All right.
I'm okay with it,
Anyways.
Narwhal. I feel like you could kill all four of us at any time, especially when we're in the pod. So
Absolutely, I
I
could.
like you.
Put me in the
you
pod.
do good.
What powers do you have, Narwhal?
I am a wizard of the Dunamancy.
God bless you.
Doodoo
you.
Nancy?
Indeed, Dudumancy.
Is that the same woman that you talked about seducing?
Yes, what?
You said you gained her favor or something on the
I
planet.
was talking of Hitrae. You
That's
gained
the planet.
Hitrae's flavor. That's the
No,
planet's name.
you talked of
Chodius.
some her.
No, I did
Like
not.
Mother Nature, her. Yeah.
Sure.
Mother, yes.
Please
I refer to
excuse
Hitrae
Chodius.
as sort of this motherly presence too. Yes, yes. It gets
Chodius.
very
You're the
complicated.
father.
No,
He's
no, no,
very
not at all.
tired.
Not at all.
He's a
Gobbo.
tired man.
Chodius is mostly brawn.
From your reports, has been a thorn in your side for as long as, well, for the last 1,000 years. Once his pod was destroyed, it became apparent that he was hostile towards you. You haven't been able to report on as why specifics, but I hope maybe that will change. The worst thing he can do is kill your past mortal form, and you'll reawaken in the pod. It's not like he exists in reality with us right now. This is reality, by the way. So if you die here, you die permanently. He looks at all of you very seriously and says that.
What's the status
Yes.
on that
I kid
kobold
not.
woman?
She's a coming. She's a coming. But the
So-
longer I stand here, the less I get done.
I'm
Chop
taking-
chop, narwhal
I'm
boy.
gonna take a, I'm
All
gonna take
right.
a nap, Narwhal. See you
See
tomorrow.
you later. He leaves.
Wait,
What?
wait, come back.
What do you need?
Come back. I don't want to yell.
No, it's fine. Yeah, we're not disturbing anyone.
No, I don't want to bother the Minotaur. Please come back.
No, he's deaf. Don't worry. Can't hear shit. He can't see shit either.
Yeah. All right, never mind.
All right. Are you sure? I'm still here.
I just wanted to kiss goodnight.
Oh, you wanted me to arrange someone to come and kiss you goodnight?
No, you. I want it from you.
I'm gonna get comfy on what looks to be a terribly broken bed.
Yep, time to hunker down in this little baby carriage.
I'm gonna come to the middle of the room.
Guys, I don't trust him. He didn't kiss me goodnight.
I say we kill him.
I think we should kill him.
I think maybe you guys should realize the power of everyone else versus the power of you two. Kill him if you want, but if you die, that's fine with me. I'll just move on to the next thing. And then I'm going to get back in my bed.
We'll sleep
We have
on
no
it.
reason
Good
to
night.
believe anything he says.
We'll sleep
We
on
don't know
it.
him. He acts like he knows all about us. The last person that did that was Gobbo.
I'm going to crawl into this pile of garbage and go to bed.
That's fine. No problem. Yeah, there's one normal bed. I'm glad Gert has found the baby possum. That was for you. Everyone's in their place. It's beautiful. Yeah, it was you or Gert. You or Grella. No one else could fit in the thing. You have to be small. Oh, so cute. And this little baby there.
Just enough room for me and one hot kobold woman.
All right, so you guys all settle in.
Yep.
You sort of have as you're all laying in bed or whatever the shambles of your bed are, you find sleep. Does anyone? You're not doing anything. Does anyone want to do anything? Sorry. Does anyone want to do anything before everyone goes to sleep?
I noticed it's very hard to get comfortable with two left arms in my my new body.
I'm gonna tiptoe and leave.
Okay. Are you trying to hide from your
No,
teammates?
no,
or-
I'm just quiet.
I'm
Well,
I don't want to come and like, what's this? What is the railing like?
This fucking guy.
It's just sort of like a grate that is like intricately designed on the first like foot and a half of this dome. It's just sort of like very arcanic, runic, like metal bent and twisted into like this railing that wraps all the way around this glass dome. You can put your hands on the dome. It's cold to the touch. You can wrap on it. It sounds thick, but still sort of rings out
And
hollow.
is the black hole at the top or is it inside?
Inside the dome. It's sort of shifting when you look at it. It looks like it's 2D, but then it might like blurb or glurb or blob a little bit, and then it sort of breaks
I
that.
don't care about the dome anymore. I go to the Minotaur and I inspect the Minotaur.
Yeah, he is wearing he's very big, a very large minotaur. He has this iron straight jacket, so his arms are seemingly bound in this iron straight jacket. He's got this iron helmet covering his entire head, his eyes, and his ears, and his mouth. And he is, and any parts of his flesh that are exposed, you can see are like adorned with gems, like they've been embedded into his skin. There are some in his horns, in the back of his head, in his neck.
I want to go behind him and try and undo his straitjacket.
Okay, you go behind him, and it's clear that it is fused together. There's like a clear welding line that goes down the back. There's no clasp chain or anything.
I then come back to bed.
You're trying to drag through walls you can't drag through.
Oh.
Do that.
He didn't have his glasses on at night.
Indeed. Is it the other rooms aren't blacked out for you guys, are they? Feels bad. They were originally. Okay.
I only see this
Lovely.
room.
Yeah, they're all blacked out for me.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
even know
good.
there was other rooms.
Oh, good. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, when you walked in, you did see he pointed out well they were talking about the one door already when they walked up to it and tried to open
Right,
it.
that's
Anyway.
the only other door I really noticed. The other ones I can
problem.
kind of see an opening, but I don't really notice much. Yeah.
Yes, there are a few
tons
doors.
Of doors.
There were there were doors that lined the walls. There were not a million, but they were there.
Okay.
You guys all find rest pretty easily here, no problem. And I will say your exhaustion will fade as the morning comes. Chodius, you are the first to wake up, and this is just happening to Chodius right now.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm
You
fast
wake up in an
asleep.
empty room.
I hate wizards.
You don't have your arm. It's not there.
My arm's not there. My axe in my arm.
Your arm is not there. The axe is gone as well.
I knew it.
I want to look around.
Just in a black room. It's cold. Nothing
I'm gonna
stands out.
inspect the stone.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Has the stone changed?
Yeah. Interesting. You touch it and it's like soft, like flesh, spongy. And it's like your feet are like melting as you're standing on it. And then seemingly out of nowhere, from the ground, a giant black dragon claws out of it. Two big fists emerge first as it rips open the very ground, leaving the emptiness of space between itself. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to go first. All right, it's going to bite you.
And it makes that sound when it does it.
It rolled a 1. But does a 16 hit? I think it still does.
Yes.
So that thing hits no matter what.
Okay, it does 21 damage. It's going to then swipe at you with its claw because it has multi-attack. It's going to do 17 damage.
Where is Chodius right
Where
now?
are we at?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you're
We're
all
sleeping.
sleeping.
We're napping.
We don't know. Okay.
It bites into your chest, leaving a gaping wound where each of its teeth pierced. As it does, its face shimmers in and out from black to red to dark to dead, skull, bones, and then flesh, and then dragon scales return. It swipes at you with its claw, goring your stomach open. Okay, it's your turn.
I realize that I have been injured. Somewhat confused, but also knowing that this is some strange circumstance I'm in, and I don't believe it's real. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to say, dragon, or should I say, wizard?
And the dragon rears its big head and it opens its jaw until it's the sides of its mouth are snapping and the skin and the bones are breaking, and it flails its head like it's on a chain until it's going to snap its skull right down on top of you, and you awake in a cold sweat back in your bed.
Ugh!
Ah!
Something's up with that wizard.
What? What?
Having bad dreams
Chodius?
again, Chodius.
I just fought a dragon.
Ah, the old dragon nightmare.
But
I
the
see.
Chodius,
dragon
I'm trying
was
to-
the wizard.
Fucking sleep. What are you? What?
No, it was real.
You have a bad dream,
Look at
buddy.
my stomach and
It's fine.
Chodius.
There's no marks. Your hand still has your axe attached to it actually as well.
Chodius, are you playing one of those dragon D's nuts on your mouth jokes again? Jesus,
It's
and I
no
roll over
joke. You
and
guys
go
don't
back to bed.
understand. I know what's real.
I roll back over. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
Make an insight check, Chodius.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Really good
You
rolls
say that.
today.
You say that with passion. I know what's real. And as you get back in bed and you roll over, you think to yourself, do I?
Hmm.
And I go to sleep.
The morning comes, or I suppose you guys all sort of wake up after some time sleeping. But Raximus, you're not there.
Oh, I'm not there.
No, you're just in
Hmm.
black. You just see blackness.
Hmm.
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 The dragon's got Raximus.
What dragon?
I fought a dragon last night, but nobody believes me.
Where?
In another place, I killed it.
You see this
And when it
conversation
died-
happening.
I
Sorry,
see
Let
what?
me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you real quick. Raximus, you sort of see this conversation happening. And as Chodius is describing this attack that he had with this dragon, you notice him first starting to melt.
Wait.
As he's speaking, his body is melting. And he's just talking through it. I was fighting this dragon, and then the skin and the flesh and the bones crumple into a pile, and then Grelin melts, and then Gert melts into the baby bassoon, filling it up with slop.
I never got my cobalt.
And then you wake up, and Chodius is explaining his dragon story. And he's on Raximus is on his bed, and he's always been there.
Raximus is back. Did he poof? Did
No,
he just
he's always
appear?
been there. He just woke up for
Oh,
you guys.
Oh.
So I fought this dragon.
Hmm. Back with the dragon D's nuts story, and then I roll over and go back to bed.
Well, you guys hear a familiar wishing sound, and you hear some light muttering and scribbling as footsteps hurry down the hall. Morning, morning, everyone. Tidy ho, tidy ho. It's what we like to call morning around here. That means, oh, God, you all look horrible.
Where's my sexy woman?
Oh, still working on it. Still working on it. It's at the
you were
top
too
of my
busy
priority
doing
list.
something
Don't
else
worry.
last night, weren't you, wizard?
Absolutely, yes. Every day I
Or should I
have
say, dragon?
every day I have a list of tasks that I perform without fail. Honestly, I've been doing it for the last 1,000 years. And,
What do you do every day? What's your
extensive
successful wizard morning routine?
First, I slow down time until I'm able to perform actions at a speed unknown to man or any living being, and then I do research in that time. Research on crystals, gems, spells, powers, combinations, holdings, time itself. I study history, records, things like that. Things you have shared with me from your travels, Grelin.
I enjoy history. Do you have a library that we could peruse at some point?
I suppose I could move some books down here and let you have a little reading. Is your memory on the history of Hitrae not quite what it used to be?
That sounds wonderful. We couldn't go to your library by chance, could we?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but you want us to save the world, huh?
If you don't want to save the world, there are 2 other inhabitants that would love to meet you who live below my tower. Feel free to head down the stairs, Chodius, any time. Speak with them.
Yeah,
They'll take you on their own way.
I think we might.
Please do. It would leave
Not
me
me.
nothing but great pleasure to not see what's going to happen next.
I'll stay in my bed for now. I don't need to read any books.
Well, I'm ready
yes,
for
the
the
furniture.
pods.
Hopefully you guys found it to your liking.
I'm curious what's down there, but I'm willing to save the world. I like the pod idea.
Yes,
the
well,
pods.
again, sorry if I wasn't clear before, but the plan is we send you back, you gather the locations of Hitrae's crystals, sort of these manifestations of her true power, able to hone in and control her, maybe using the magic of them, repel the oncoming rogue planet,
Yes.
After we
and
get
save Hitrae.
all the crystals, do we do
Yes.
some sort of snapping by a chance? Is that helping?
Ah, yes. That is what my preparations have been mainly for the last 1,000 years.
Okay. Yes.
I have found of a way to travel but once, back in time physically.
Hmm.
Indeed.
I have a question.
Please.
Who's in the basement?
There are two beings that I've imprisoned here on my dissection that both played their hand in keeping us all alive. One is an angry demon who will have you help him at anything you want. He'll promise you. I bet you that. But take his word with a grain of salt. For he is not to be trusted. Demons, while they are powerful and yield many resources, such as an unlimited supply of power, that is why we have oxygen and atmosphere here, you may have noticed. That's also why it smells like my grandfather's asshole. But that's the demons doing, yes.
Who's the other one down there? Is it by chance your grandfather?
No, my God, what an honor it would be, though, if it were. The other one is a different kind of fiend, much more scary one, but she gives life force to Marslephanes, and in return keeps us all suspended here above Hitraii. Without her, we lose Marsley, and we lose connection to the surface of the planet via the chain, the great chain, and who knows what becomes of us then. Yes, I suppose I would call her, sure. Yes, her.
Is it a kobold by chance?
It is not.
I tried, Gert. Sorry.
Dear God, geez, if anything
I hate
but
it here.
I want to go back in the pod. This place is not very
Says
good.
not to trust the demon, but why should we trust you?
Trodius, I get the sense that you have trouble trusting yourself right now.
That's very true.
As I would know, seeing we've talked before. And I'm sure you're saying the same thing you've said in the past to me. Why? Well, I don't care why. Make up your own goddamn reason. If you don't want to save her, if you don't want to help me, I don't care. That's always been our arrangement, and it will continue to be
wizard,
so.
Shut!
Whoa.
I want an axe, but not
You
just
have
any
it.
axe. I want a special magical axe.
You
That
literally
points
have
to the
one.
pods.
Point.
You literally.
No.
What?
A better one.
Did you ask Marsley of the boon he gave you? Did you ask? No? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you have the power to change that axe to look like whatever you want.
I want it to be better, not look better.
Well, have you
I
focused
want
on the true power of your
+10 to
axe?
hit.
All right, I'll get right on that. It's right underneath the kobold woman. I'll talk to Marsley. You bet. You bet.
Make
your
sure the
sweet
kobold
dwarven
woman
ass.
is ahead of that axe. Yeah.
Yes.
Can we
It
make sure the
they
kobold
come as they
woman
go.
is one above on priority
My
list?
duty here in reality is to make your living here as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
So please, any requests?
I want a pack of original Four Locos, please.
My God, the rarest item in the universe.
They
No
are
problem.
banned and illegal.
I know.
It hits right.
This will
I too enjoyed their deliciousness, but alas, with the crash and all, you know.
shit.
Yes, indeed. Another good reason to save her, eh?
Yeah.
Bring
I
back
want to
four
Can we
save.
bring back 2009 if we save Hitraii?
Good question. It depends on the power of the crystals and at what time you find them.
All right, Narwhal man. Do you have the next location of the crystal, and do you have any information about where we're going and what we can do?
Yeah, let's pot
Nope.
it up.
Oh,
Not at all. But I will go prepare the pods for your departure at once, if that is what
Thank
your
you.
next move is to be.
Yes, I'm in.
yes, Narwhal. Get
Indeed,
me in there.
I shall do it. And he disappears and runs out the door, and you hear a whooshing.
So do we want to go see these other creatures? I don't like that wizard.
I don't much care for the other creatures.
I
honestly.
don't really care. All I know is going down into a dungeon is never a good idea, unless it's the the only option.
I don't get why all you guys are all right with this. We died. We woke up here. We're just trusting the first man that we saw talking to us.
Hey,
I never
and none of
died.
it adds up.
Hey,
I never
for-
died. I have
For
no
the
idea.
record,
I was alive
I only
as
trust.
well.
I only trust this man because I trust the eyeballs. The
He's
big
making me
eyeball thing.
a hot cobalt wife, so
Mm,
I'm actually on board with whatever he wants.
the small pleasures. Of
I'm
life.
actually really loving this new arm situation as well. So I'm willing to do whatever this guy.
This
says.
is
It's like I'm taking crazy pills.
this is actually the happiest I've been in months. So I'm not about to ruin this. You can go fight the Minotaur or kill the only entity
What about
keeping
the
us
Minotaur?
alive.
I went and looked at it last night.
Oh, okay.
He's
All right.
trapped. He can't speak. He's not mute. He has his mouth covered. He's a prisoner.
I'm sure there's a reason for that. A perfectly logical reason.
Because the wizard's
Wait.
evil.
Wait. I'm gonna double check something, but I'm pretty sure I speak Minotaur.
You do.
Fuck.
Well, says you do. Yeah.
Ah, I could try to communicate with the beast if you'd like. Oh, he can't hear.
No,
Never
he's
mind.
mute. He can hear.
He probably knows Minotaur sign language. You know that?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna walk out because I'm assuming this door's not locked. Nope. All right, we're gonna walk out. Walk to the Minotaur.
Wasn't
Can the Minotaur hear me?
Are you asking him?
I'm asking. Oh, sorry. I guess I will. Minotaur. I'm speaking in Minotaur, by the way.
Okay.
Minotaur, can you understand what I'm saying in Minotaur?
He's standing perfectly still and doesn't move.
Can I inspect him to see if he has any ears and if they're covered?
You look at where his ears would be on the physiology of a minotaur, and they are covered by the iron mask that is over his entire head. The mask also covers his mouth and his nose and his eyes. And it sort of like goes over his face and then like curls under his and like clamps around his neck a little bit under his jaw.
All right, let's ask the wizard when he comes back. Let's ask him if there's any way we can communicate with this. I don't remember his
Narwhal
name
said he
anymore.
was
You
going to go
think the
prepare the pods
wizard's
for
gonna
you.
let him? Of course, the wizard's not gonna let us talk to him.
No,
The
but
Minotaur knows things.
I want to hear why this Minotaur's covered.
Take the
Are
mask
we-
off.
Do we think that he's coming back? Did he give indication if he's coming back, guys? I don't remember.
He said he was going to go prepare the pod room for you guys and wait for you there.
Chodius, swing the axe into the Minotaur's head to break the mask.
Okay.
I step back quite far.
We're trying to help.
I'm gonna step back to here.
That's fine.
Actually, I'm gonna sit in the chair. The chair was kind of comfortable, more comfortable than the bed. Actually,
Your axe is let me screenshot the item so you can look at it, but essentially it's a +2 bonus to your attack. And it does have other features as well. But you can make I'm just gonna like roll d20 and then I'll do the math myself.
as I see him look like he's getting ready, I'm actually gonna get into the doorway here. That way I can try to close the door real quick if the Minotaur's mad.
Okay, so you focus your power on your axe again, and as you do focus on your axe, you get this new wave of information about it, and you sort of become in tune with it finally after it's been attached to your physical arm. You feel the potential power it offers. It almost whispers it like a lull in your brain, and you're going to you swing. You rolled a d6. Literally, you smash the axe against the iron, and it reverberates you back. Thick iron.
Does the Minotaur get mad?
Doesn't move. Unfazed.
All right. I'm done
He's
here.
got a spell on him.
I walk back towards the Minotaur. I'm gonna roll my Arcana to see if the metal is magical.
Okay.
Arcana, whatever. 13.
His whole body is radiating arcana energy. All the little gems and things sort of spark up in your mind's eye when you give him the read. He's unable to find a point on his body that isn't magical. You're unsure if any point is or is not magical.
I'm going to say to everyone, well, the two that are here, I'm going to say I'm pretty sure that everything here is magical and that we are in a world that we will never understand.
Well,
And,
sorry, just everything on the Minotaur was magical. Yeah, not all
the whole
around
thing.
you. No, I mean
Oh.
you do get magic pings all around you, but you're focusing on the Minotaur with your Arcana roll. So
Okay.
on his armor specifically. So there's so much magic coming from him, you don't know if it's magic or not.
All right,
you
then I just say-
assume yes, but it's hard to tell.
I think he's radiating magic. He's being bound with either magic or he is magic or something, some sort of spell. I don't know if your axe will really do anything. I'm going to the pods. I'm gonna go find this pod guy.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Gert, I noticed you.
We going to the
pods?
Oh,
Nice.
we almost forgot Gert. I'm gonna go back towards the room.
I've just been
So you said
kicking
you
it
wanted
in
to
my
cast
little bed.
a
till
spell
the
or
pods
something?
are ready. Going to
Oh,
the
hey.
pods?
Were we supposed to wait for the guy to come back, or do we just go? I don't know.
No, he said he was gonna go prepare the pods for you and wait for you there. Because you said
you
that's what
ready
you
to go
wanted
to
to
the
do.
pods?
So he said he was gonna go and get them ready.
Okay, so let's
I'm
go.
off to the pods.
All right.
Where are the
So
pods?
Whee!
they're not really too many places to go.
Just
But
right,
I'll
we
save us all the pain of
back.
traveling.
Yeah.
No
I was gonna
problem.
say.
You guys can walk over the bridge again if you want.
No, I'm okay.
But you do get to Narwhal's balcony, and you do have the option to decide on if you want to go across the bridge back to the pod room or down to the two entities that were spoken of before. So you have all your options in front of you.
Those guys are chill.
Or we could pause here and call it for the evening. It's up to you guys.
Ooh, if there was more time, I might actually investigate them. So if we were to pause for the evening, I may be more inclined to investigate them
That
next
is
time.
true.
Yeah, same.
Is that a consensus? We have a group consensus on taking the pause here.
Yes.
See. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with pausing here, and then we can discuss it when we come back, whether we go down or go.
Yeah,
Either
yeah.
way,
We're
we
going
have
You
time
guys
to
have some
discuss.
time to reflect. Yeah.
Fucking hate that wizard.